Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I'm your host, Bay. This is episode 2 of 3 Songs Podcast. Today, we're joined by, as promised, D.M. Williams, and he's bringing his 3 songs, My Father's Gun, Slippery Slope, and White Horse. He's got a bunch of songs, so I would recommend after this podcast you go check him out. He's for those of you who don't know, he plays folk rock. You can find his stuff on SoundCloud and other streaming services. And one thing about D.M. Williams is he's a really interesting and nice guy. Really nice guy. Easy to love. That's what I say on this show, I guess. He's easy to love. And after you listen to him in this episode, you're going to love him even more. So that's how it works. But he's a great guy. Had a storied life, and he's got some stories to tell. This almost didn't happen because dog had bit his hand. And unfortunately, when we recorded the first show, we didn't record. I didn't hit record. So we had to do it all over again. And he was a super champ about it. And he stepped up and he said, it's fine. You know, that was just practice. So I hope you enjoy the second attempt of our podcast today. And we'll talk after. Thanks again, guys, for being here. All right, let's get started. Are you a religious person at all, particularly religious, or do you just like the themes of religion to tell your stories?
I was raised Roman Catholic. I went to a parochial school, a Catholic school, for 7 years. And as a kid, I was very religious. Not in a dogmatic sort of way. I enjoyed the stories. Jesus, to me, was almost a gunslinger. It reminded me of an Eastwood character, Shane. He was willing to lay down his life to help the common folk, to help the people. And I admired that. I saw the moral correctness in that. And it was just resonating in such a way with the universe, with God, with deeper aspects of reality. I guess I thought on a level, I would like to be like that.
Police officers to check for proof of citizenship.
Saudi Arabia produces 8 million barrels of oil per day. That's
what is going to happen with them? If one of them decides that they are going to defend and takes a significant part of the army
amazing how slowly both the United States administration and European governments are moving in this situation.
moving towards from North Africa into the Middle East.
I had a sort of a nervous breakdown. Had to spend a little time in hospital. Was just in a very deep depression. Everything just seemed sort of jagged and impossible. And it was frustrating. Finally, the frustration, I picked up my guitar, went into a room, shut the door, and just sang exactly what I felt. Trapped inside my mind so many different ways. Wandering through this never-ending maze. Quite literally how I felt at the moment. The chord progression just came instantly. And it felt wonderful.
Someone else's song. Won't you take me from this jumbled rocky road of God? I don't know how to make it out alive. I need much more than.
But what it did is, I think it served as a catalyst, pushed me through it. I'm going to walk, not going to run. I'll stand before my Father's gun. I'm not going to plead. And I started reflecting on other things. Talking about, why am I in this position? How can I get out of this position? Then my family imploded in about the 5th or 6th grade. I ended up switching to public school in the 8th grade. Never went to church again. There was also a priest at my school that had molested a boy. There was a lot of that sort of stuff. So I kind of saw the hypocrisy, saw that it was just another big government organization. Then power was really what it was about. And it was such a hypocrisy relative to what Christ's message was. That I couldn't abide by it.
It's a slippery slope, you slide when you sled, you fall through the cracks and you wish you were dead, or something like that, my father said to me.
I had a tune to play. I used to play out with this guy, Bob. We had a band called the Road Agents, just two of us. And we did a tune. It was just an instrumental that I named Django. He had come up with this strumming bit, and it reminded me of Django Reinhardt. It just had this old kind of French jazz cabaret feel. And I played a lead over it. And I'm not a great lead player. I enjoy it. I think I can write some decent leads, but that's not like I'm going to sit there tapping and hammering on. But this is all acoustic, and I really liked it. He liked it. People liked it when we played out. For me, I had some riffs on there where I was, wow, I don't know how my fingers did that. And I played it for my dad on the CD player. Fool me once, fool me twice, well, fool me 1,000 times, and I keep trying. But he said, it's a little slow. That's all I got from it. And I was shit. And I go, okay. And I left it. He was visiting. I'm fine. I was just hurt by it, but used to it as a young man and into adulthood. But then he went to bed. They went to bed that night. Came down to my studio and just found the opening riff. I started thinking about things my father has said to me as a young man and into adulthood. I was moving to San Francisco. I didn't have a job. I had a plan, I thought. But he said, but you gotta have a plan. Dad, I think I'm good. It's a slippery slope. If you go, you're gonna fall through the cracks, you're gonna end up on the street. It was that kind of a talk, and I was like, thanks for the support.
It ain't what you got, it's what you give. Oh no, no, ain't that hard to love and live. Hey, just a little faith, a little time. Oh, get you through this fucking life. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, that's what you say.
So then it just became, I was just playing. And I just would play, and then something he said would pop in, and I'd fill in little bits, and it worked itself out. I suppose in many ways, songwriting for me is therapeutic, because I'm able to bare my soul. And I try to do it in a way that is not going after other people or things like that, but just putting it out there. I do believe in God. I define God, though, as something inexplicable that's beyond any of our comprehension. And it's our best effort to define and explain what's around us. I don't think there's a reason to have gender to God. I don't think there's a reason to believe that God follows logic, because that's a creation of man.
Stood a man who was happy, it was easy to see. For he swayed in the sunlight, and he rocked in the breeze, and the birds, they would sing out and fill him with peace, until the day that his maker would grant him release.
So Jerry Lee Lewis's sister, they played this song, and I loved the strumming pattern to it. It was a country bluegrass vibe, and it was a pattern I'd never really used. I came home and just went immediately into my studio, and all of a sudden, click. I heard it. As I heard it, in my head, I saw this sort of meadow, these grassy meadows with some trees, but down at the bottom was a big tree. And there was a noose hanging from the tree with a platform under the tree. And I started thinking about, why was this guy being hung? And again, it went into that messianic vibe, or that Shane, Clint Eastwood kind of thing. So then I populated the scene with people. There was not enough people.
Stood a man who was happy, it was easy to see. For he swayed in the sunlight, and he rocked in the breeze, and the birds, they would sing out.
It seasoned my view of humanity's foibles. But more importantly, not necessarily humanity's foibles, power, corruption, leadership, whether it be religious and political, and how they are terrified when somebody comes along that tells truth and gets the people to follow.
From the wicked to give to the wise, that he fought against justice and told truth to lies, but the righteous and greedy arranged his.
And so it becomes kind of a song of, hey, your time is coming, to all you who are abusing power and using religion to control people and taking for yourself and saying you're not, and then telling the people not to do that, and all that hypocrisy.
Well, the trap door fell open.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, just my attempt at writing a fun little mini movie.
You keep singing your protest songs. We need your voice even more today than we've ever had. And after November, just don't get yourself in trouble, okay? Stay safe. Thanks again for coming on the show, David.
Thanks for having me. It's fun. Appreciate it. I love what you're doing.
Of course, there beneath the masses falling stood a brilliant white horse, and he rides out of darkness and into the light, and his vengeance comes swiftly like a thief in the night. And for the righteous and greedy there will be no respite. Yeah, for the righteous and greedy there will be no respite. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, for the righteous and greedy will finally choke on their lies.
All right, folks, that was it. Episode 2 from 3 Songs Podcast is in the books with D.M. Williams and his story. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as I did making it, and talking with D.M. Williams about his songs. And be sure to tune in next episode. We're going to have Ciante on the show, coming out of Los Angeles, and she will share 3 of her songs. I don't know what they are yet. It's going to be an adventure for me too. I have no idea where this is going to head, but it's a lot of fun. And if you're enjoying this, go over to our Room Rock channel on YouTube. Just type Room Rock, one word, and check out the things we've got going on over there. A lot of stuff, and we're having a lot of fun. And subscribe, and then you'll know when the next podcast is coming. It'll pop up on your phone there. Take care of each other. Get outside. Turn some head. Shake some hands. Share the love. Until next time, this is your host, Bay. Take care. Bye.